This is another weird one. We kind of have this like presupposition here where I'm thinking that this warlock is actually maybe unsure about what needs to be happening. I have this in my head where anybody who asks something like, when should I bloodlust or when should I do this specific thing that obviously you should be doing and know when you're doing in the dungeon, always makes me think that they're either like very unconfident, maybe even like new to doing the role or the spec or something like that, or they're just like really not very knowledgeable about why or when they should do these things. And I don't know, I just kind of got it in my head that I needed to, say a few things to this guy that would make him be a little bit more aggressive with what he's talking about. So, he's saying, want me to pull the fourth torment? He means the third. He corrects himself. It's like, yeah, obviously we want you to do that. Like, I mean, you're the only one who can do it, right? I don't know why you wouldn't. So when that gets said, it's almost like I have this little bias on, and in my head, I'm like, okay, this guy, he's gonna need me to tell him, right? So it's like, all right, whatever. So we do that, and that's fine. Nothing really happens. He does the thing. One thing I will say though is I just want to tell people about this. In fact, maybe we'll try to show it real quick, but a lot of times people wait really long to pull this, and you really don't want to do that. So yeah, we're actually fighting the trash here. This is a time when you want to be going to do it, especially when it's Arcalath. Basically, when this mob is almost dead, when you have one or two mobs left, you really want to be sending the pet over. If that's how you're going to get it, pet's got to run over. So you'll see, watch how long it actually takes for the pet to get down there. It takes a long time. Yeah, so this is like probably a full minute, maybe more of time wasted in this dungeon. And yeah, you just really, and I actually say that, because I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I gotta keep this guy. He's got to know, man. I gotta teach him. But I'm just saying, try to do it as we fight that pack, so it's on the way as they die for the future. And he doesn't really, he doesn't say anything, but like that's what you want to do because Arcalath takes a long time to get here, especially. So, but yeah, nothing, nothing toxic. I don't, nobody's arguing or anything. But here's where it really, this is I just kind of deplete the key on my own here. He goes maze pull, and this is as we're entering the first part of the maze. So again, it's like, yeah, like yes, of course. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some people out there who don't do that, but it's just like we did an invis pot skip out of the gate. Nah, don't pull the maze. We're gonna skip as much as we can. It's like, yes, you have to pull it. Like there's not really many other options. So yeah, obviously. So I say something that's just dumb. I mean, I don't know why I even said it, but I said yes, as much as you can. Because in the past, when I had the trinket on, I was like, you know what? It'd be really cool if we can just pull all of this trash together. Like, there's so much trash that you can pull through these walls. You can basically probably get 100% count just in the maze. I mean, you definitely can. And I was like, yeah, that'd be a great idea. So first of all, I said something stupid, but it's stupid for two reasons. Because one, it's like it's wrong, but second of all, it's like it's stupid because I didn't even know what could be pulled when I said it. I was just like, yeah, definitely, let's play WoW. You know what I mean? So yeah, long story short, we just wiped to this over and over again, where this guy actually just keeps pulling more and more trash packs. So let's just look at this first pull here because this is actually, first of all, again, I've never done this before in my life. I have never seen this done. I've never seen anyone suggest doing this. But yeah, he stands against that wall and gets this second pack. And we have a tender in that pack. We have two of the foxes. We have multiple spear flurries going on, three spear flurries. This is a bad idea. I don't really know what week it would be a good idea on. Maybe like a super easy tyrannical week. It's just a bad idea all around. I might be able to survive it, and I think we do a really pretty badass job of surviving it for as long as we do. I think we actually end up surviving this pack, but then it just kind of keeps going. And I probably at this point should have said something like, okay, actually, you know what? Forget it. Let's not keep doing this. But we just keep going through these rooms and he just keeps pulling more and more. And I just keep healing myself for 100K over and over again. It's like eventually, this clearly isn't working. It's way too dangerous. There's way too many mechanics on these packs. A lot of interrupts with raging and a lot of damage coming in. Not just on me either. But yeah, we do end up surviving that pack. And, like, it looks like, hey, yeah, that was not too bad. But then actually we end up going through there. So, like, that's another problem with this area. It's like, yeah, you can pull a bunch of these packs, but if you end up going through the area you just pulled, now you're just sitting here running around doing the maze. It's like actually not really that efficient. So yeah, I kind of just baited this guy into doing this, and he's gonna do it in multiple areas, and then this is where we ultimately wipe. So actually, I guess I should show the previous one. Yeah, so here's the second pull. So again, we're in just a single room here. We have a tender, we have a stinger, we have whatever, a shaper. So a lot going on this pack out of the gate, and here comes more. And they immediately just one shot the shaman because I'm just completely unaware that this is even happening. Like I'm not even first of all, he's standing right next to the area, so that's not going to help. But I just have no idea that those mobs are on their way, and there's no real communication on that. So he's gonna onk, and we're gonna I get through a fair amount of it, but I think we end up wiping. Yeah, we end up wiping. So it's like there's just too much going on, and then the shaman says he's like unable to dispel and all that, and so it's like we do this 3 times. The first time works out fine, and it's just like way too much stuff going on there. So I think, yeah, I said my fault. I probably baited you into doing that, huh? A little dangerous at this point. And I'm thinking like, okay, well that's maybe the end of it here. But then we get to this next pack, and I kind of shoot myself in the foot here. Mistvale Night Blossom. I'm like, yeah, we got this. This is actually a really good one because I know there's a way that you can pull a second Night Blossom. Okay. Well, so I tell him, here's a good time for more. Guess what's coming? Not a second Night Blossom. So I don't know. I've actually done this before. You can pull a second one of these mini bosses, although I think it might have been a frog. It might have been a second frog. I don't actually remember what and where. But so we aggro all this stuff. Now I'm kind of shocked that it goes poorly because frankly this should not be a difficult pack, but there's a lot of mechanics happening. There's a lot of damage coming in too. I don't actually remember what I died to, but yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I have this problem where like I feel like too little communication happens at times, and then too much communication happens at times. Yeah, that was just kind of unlucky to be honest. I could have easily survived that, but I got knocked back as that happened. So I think sometimes there's too much. Like obviously, if we were in Discord, you would be able to solve this, right? It would be clear. There would be easier lines of communication. But I've always lived under this kind of guise as a pug tank that it's like I don't even want to put these thoughts in my head. So this guy says maybe it's not a good idea to pull more. Yeah, It's like yeah. When did you figure that out? So I don't know. It's like I don't know why we even did it in the first place. It's almost like just like I don't know. This whole thing is just strange. It's like I don't know why I even said what I said. I don't know why he thought it was a good idea. I don't know why any of us did it. The sad part is then he fucking leaves, which is, I mean, it's just kind of embarrassing. But anyway, I don't know. I feel like sometimes there's too much communication, or more. It's not even too much. It's just like if you say the one wrong thing, and I have this problem all the time in keys, where somebody says like pull more, and then for the rest of the dungeon, that stupid 2 words is in my head, and I'm like, okay, let's keep wiping over and over again because I'm pulling more. It's just I have a lot of trouble with that as because I'm just trying to like I overanalyze it. I do this all the time, everywhere in golf as well. I just overthink things. So 2 words, pull more. Now all of a sudden I'm thinking like, oh, now I have to do crazy stuff. Like he's expecting me to do something I've never even thought about doing. So I have to start thinking outside the box. So I wonder if this happened here because he's asking maze pull, and I said, yeah, do it as much as you can. And then he just does it. I mean, we basically do it 4 rooms in a row, and we wipe, we do 2 of them well, and then the third one we wipe 2, and then the fourth one I kind of make the mistake of reiterating it because I'm thinking that there's an actual good, quality pull that we can come by. And to be fair, we should have survived that. That was not, I should not have died of that. That's not really normal, but yeah, maybe fortified raging isn't the time to be pulling 22 mists, all these different rooms. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I think that it's easy to make, a lot of communication errors can happen in pugs. We just showed the last time we uploaded one of these. This was like you almost had to be like a psychologist to understand why that one happened. The first one was kind of the opposite as well. We've had a few of these where it's like a communication error that just kind of goes awry. Almost just, it'd be better if I never said anything. That's the way I'm looking at this. I should have just never spoke. And I had this in my head. They're like, I'm gonna help this guy. He seems like he needs some guidance. I gave him awful advice, bad guidance, and unfortunately ends up leaving the key. So it's really just all bad. So let me know what you guys think about this. Have you ever had this happen? What do you think? Is it better to maybe just not communicate? Is it better to just kind of not say anything? I mean, obviously I should have said more specific things, but like to me, I feel like I would rather just it's like I don't want to say the wrong thing and I don't want anybody to get confused by what I'm saying, which is I think clearly happened here. So yeah, a lot of times I just don't talk, which is not great, but it'd be a lot easier if you had voice and everything. So let me know what you think about that.